Greetings, folks. Iolair here. A couple of updates from the World of Warships development blog posted today, Thursday, July 23rd. The first is a set of, quote, balance changes, which basically means changes to existing ships, either nerfs or buffs. These are actually in public testing right now in 097. In fact, the second round of public testing for that update is currently available, I think, as of today. So all of these changes are effectively buffs, other than one is just kind of neutral. So in most of these cases, Wargaming is allowing users or players to mount consumables on stock hulls, which historically have not allowed consumables to be accessible. So for example, the first item, the Colorado and the Nagato, will now be able to mount the fighter consumable on their stock hull, which up to this point they had not been able to. The Buffalo, the Saint Louis, and the Ibuki will now be able to mount the spotting aircraft on their base hull. The next set is for these Tier 4 cruisers, Dane, Duguay, Truon, the Karlsruhe, Kuma, and Svetlana. They will now be able to mount hydroacoustic search on their stock hulls. The Phoenix will also be able to allowed to do that, although I'm not sure why the Phoenix isn't grouped with these other Tier 4 cruisers, but maybe there's something different about the Phoenix that I'm not remembering, and it needs to be broken out separately. And then finally, the Richelieu, this is more of a neutral change. They're going to swap the placement of consumables between engine boost and the fighter spotter aircraft. So most of the, well, other than the Richelieu, which is again kind of neutral, the rest of these are effectively buffs, and I'm pretty sure nobody's going to complain about them. So just kind of a useful update. This is actually a practice Wargaming's been doing more commonly as of late with the advent of all the power creep over the last months and years. Ships that historically have been quite weak with their stock hulls have become even weaker, and I think Wargaming is responding to that and making adjustments that are sensible. Like I said, I don't think anybody's really going to object to these changes. So that's the first announcement from the development blog today, Thursday, July 23rd. The second announcement is kind of interesting, very short, but what Wargaming has announced is in testing, system testing, a mobile version of the Armory, which I can only assume means that people would be able to make purchases through their phones through the Armory. That they do today, they're restricted to doing on their PC or console. So kind of an interesting choice. Again, with the label of ST, that means system testing. That means it's in a closed testing period. It's not available to general user base. Only select people can have access to it. But kind of an interesting announcement. I suppose that if you're running the business for Wargaming, allowing users to access purchasable content through the Armory on their phones is probably not a bad idea at all. So a couple of interesting updates on the World of Warships development blog, again today, Thursday, July 23rd. So I hope you found the information here useful and interesting. Please do leave your comments below. Let me know your thoughts and feedback on these two announcements. And with that, we hope to see you out there on the virtual seas, and we wish you happy sailing.